As you begin to listen, just notice how the patterns that you've observed out there also live inside you. Because the same buttons that others push, they're buttons you can access for healing. You already know what it's like to belong to something bigger than yourself. Like when you were a child and you drew a picture, and your parents smiled. In that moment, you were part of something larger than just you and the paper. You belonged. So you already do this. Now imagine doing that with intention. Imagine offering yourself that belonging first, so no external group can take it away. Because when you give yourself meaning, you become immune to traps. And you already do that too. When you look at the stars, or feel the warmth of the sun, or hum to a tune that lifts you for no reason at all, that's your spirit remembering. And just like cult leaders say, you're part of a divine plan. You can say to yourself, I'm part of my own sacred path. Now here's the thing to remember. They tell people what they want to hear. So here is what you need to hear. You're not broken. You are just open. And open is beautiful. It means you can be planted with truth, not just weeds. You see, manipulators, they look for vulnerability. But what if vulnerability is not weakness, but a signal of connection? A flower opens. That's vulnerability. And look how the sun rushes in to meet it. You already do this when you laugh, even though you're scared. When you cry in front of a friend. When you say, I need help. That's strength disguised as softness. They look for the carrot and the stick. But you're learning to look for the soul and the truth. So let me show you. You don't need to manipulate. You just need to connect. Real charisma, it isn't a mask, it's a mirror. You already do this when you hold a baby and it stops crying. Or when your friend says, you really listen to me. That's charisma. That's what cults fake, but you naturally embody. They cold read to gain authority. You warm listen to gain trust. You see the difference. The cold reader says, I know your fear. But you say, I know you're human, and that's okay. They pretend to heal. You actually do. They hypnotize to control, but you're learning to hypnotize yourself to liberate. And here's the thing about being a part of something bigger. You already are. Every breath you take is borrowed from the trees. Every idea that you have was once someone else's prayer. Every person you meet is reflecting something inside you. That's not a cult, that's reality. And when you remember that, you raise your vibration without effort. Because truth always vibrates higher than deception. Let's talk about this. They discover their own part to manipulate. So here's the flip. You discover your part to heal, to influence with integrity, to speak truth that uplifts instead of controls. You do this already when you compliment someone with sincerity. When you tell a child they did a good job. When you show someone a way forward. You already influence. Now do it consciously. Do it with love. Do it with conviction. Because they use faith healing as a show. But you use faith as a portal. No fake light. But the kind of light that shines when you're alone in a room. And you suddenly feel okay again. They wear the same clothes to destroy identity. You can choose your uniform to declare it. What if your rituals were your own creation? Your sacred tea, your music to start the day, your chosen thoughts, your vibe-raising playlist. That's your indoctrination of healing. So make it strong, make it yours. Because they use fasting to break people. You can fast from fear. You can abstain from shame. You can cut sugar from your mind. Now listen. They say, think like me. But your head is saying, think like truth. Truth doesn't need followers. It needs witnesses. And when you act from truth, you become a beacon. Others feel it. They don't know why they trust you. They just do. because you carry what cult leaders try to mimic. Authentic spiritual authority, not because you demand it, because you radiate it. You do this when you say no, even when it's hard. When you walk away from manipulation. When you say, that's not who I am anymore. And the eternal mysteries, you're living them. The mystery of forgiveness, of a sunrise, of learning from pain. You don't need to be from another planet. You just need to remember, you're from love. That's all the mysticism you need. So now just imagine you're climbing a stairway in your own mind, and each step you let go of everything that was programmed into you. Step 10, I release false control. Step 9, I release fear. Step 8, I release shame. Step 7, I release approval addiction. Step 6, I release false prophets. Step 5, I release the lie that I'm not enough. Step 4, I release helplessness. Step 3, I release silence. Step 2, I release the fear of my own power. Step 1, I choose my truth, I raise my vibration, and I begin again. And from here, let your voice become your own. Speak as if every word you say shapes reality, because it does. You're the healer that you were looking for. You're the divine message, clothed in human skin. You're not part of a cult, you're part of the awakening. Now go. Live as the medicine, lead with integrity, and let others feel your truth so strongly they remember their own.